So what's the most expensive thing about your smartphone? I'm willing to bet you're thinking of the day you bought it. That feeling of unboxing a brand new super sleek device. But what if I told you that initial price tag wasn't the main event? It was just the cover charge. The real cost, the one that quietly bleeds your bank account dry, happens every single day you own that phone. This isn't just about a price tag. It's about a finely tuned system that turns your pocket companion into a pocket-sized financial drain. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the 6 sneakiest ways your phone is costing you a fortune, reveal the shocking grand total, and, most importantly, give you the playbook on how to stop it. We're talking about the upgrade treadmill, subscription creep, and the psychological tricks that get you to spend without a second thought. Stick with me, because what you learn today will change how you look at that little device in your hand forever. 1. The upgrade treadmill and amp. Depreciation deception. Let's kick things off with the most obvious culprit, the phone itself. But the problem isn't just the $1,000 starting price. It's the relentless cycle of newness that tech companies have absolutely mastered. Every year, like clockwork, a new flagship model drops with a slightly better camera, a marginally faster chip, and a massive marketing blitz designed to make your perfectly good one-year-old phone feel like a fossil. But let's be honest, has smartphone innovation really blown you away recently? The meaningful leaps have slowed to a crawl. For most of us, the difference between this year's model and the one from 2 or even 3 years ago is pretty tiny. Still, the pressure to upgrade is huge, fueled by slick ads and a serious case of FOMO. And here's the financial trap they don't exactly highlight in the keynote: depreciation. A smartphone isn't an investment, it's one of the fastest depreciating assets you can own. The second you break that seal, its value tanks. How much? It's pretty staggering. While iPhones tend to hold their value a bit better, they can still lose around 46% of their value in the first year alone. For many top-tier Android phones, it's even worse. Some premium models can lose over 60%, sometimes nearly 70% of their value in just 12 months. A Samsung Galaxy S22, for instance, lost value almost 3 times faster than an iPhone 13 in the same time frame. Let's put that into real numbers. You drop $2,200 on a new phone. You feel great. But a year later, it might only be worth $500 on the trade-in market. That's $700 of your money just gone. If you're someone who upgrades every couple of years, you are consistently setting hundreds of dollars on fire for the privilege of having the latest thing. And with the global average selling price of smartphones expected to hit around $370 in 2025, the cost of staying on this treadmill is only getting steeper. The industry thrives on this cycle. It needs you to feel that what you have isn't good enough. It needs you to believe the next tiny upgrade is a revolution. It rarely is. The carrier contract and amp financing trap. I know what some of you are thinking. I didn't pay $2,200 for my phone, I got it free with my plan. Or maybe you're just paying an easy $40 a month for it. This is, hands down, one of the most brilliant and deceptive marketing moves of our time. Let's be perfectly clear, there is no such thing as a free phone. When a carrier dangles a free or discounted phone, it's not out of the goodness of their heart. They're locking you into a long-term expensive contract. The cost of that phone is just baked into your monthly bill. In fact, a study from J.D. Power found the average cell phone bill is now around $141 per month. Over a 2 or 3 year contract, you'll have paid for that free phone several times over in the form of an inflated service plan. Then there's the financing trap. 0% interest sounds fantastic, right? It makes a $1,500 phone seem totally affordable. But what it really does is normalize going into debt for something that's losing value every single day. It disconnects you from the real cost. You stop thinking about the $1,500 total and just focus on the $50 monthly payment. This trick encourages you to buy a way more expensive phone than you normally would. The hidden danger here is that you're trapped. You're tied to that carrier. If a competitor rolls out a cheaper, better plan, you can't switch without paying a massive penalty or the entire remaining balance on your phone. You lose all your freedom and negotiating power. Let's say your bill is $141 a month. That's nearly $1,700 a year. Over a 3-year period, that's over $5,000 for your service and the phone you financed. By buying your phone outright, even a refurbished one, and then shopping for a cheap plan from a smaller carrier, you could slash that bill. Some of these plans cost as little as $30 a month, potentially saving you over $2,200 a year. 3. Subscription creep and the death by 1,000 cuts. Alright, so the phone and the plan are just the entry fee. The real silent budget killer is what's happening on the phone. Welcome to the era of subscription creep. Your phone is a portal to a million different services, and every single one of them wants a small, recurring slice of your paycheck. It starts with one. Maybe a music service for $10.99. Then a streaming app for $15.99. Then you need more cloud storage, so that's another $2.99. A fitness app for $9.99. A news app for $4.99. And a meditation app to deal with the stress from all these bills for another $12.99. Each one feels tiny on its own, the cost of a coffee, right? That's the exact psychology they're banking on. But these little automated payments are like 1,000 tiny leaks in a boat. You don't notice them one by one, but together, they can absolutely sink your budget. Before you know it, you could be spending $50, $75, or even over $100 a month on services you barely use. And then we have in-app purchases. This is where it gets even more sneaky, especially with mobile games. They're often called free-to-play, which is a deeply misleading name. They are engineered by psychologists to be just frustrating enough to nudge you toward making a purchase. Can't beat a level? For just $1.99, you can get a power-up. Want to speed up a timer? $4.99. Want a cool new outfit for your character? $9.99. Global spending on mobile apps is just astronomical, soaring past $171 billion in 2023. That is a colossal industry built on getting you to make tiny transactions that create macro problems for your wallet. You might think you're immune, but these systems are designed to wear you down. It's a constant, quiet drain that most people don't even track. If this is all starting to sound a little too familiar, and you're already mentally scrolling through the subscriptions you forgot you had, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It lets me know we're on the right track and helps get this info out to more people who need to hear it. Now let's get back to it. 4. The hidden costs of data and repairs. Every app, every notification, every background refresh, it's all doing one thing: using data. And data is the invisible utility bill of our generation. The rollout of 5G has been sold to us as a revolution, but it's also the perfect excuse for carriers to nudge you into bigger, pricier data plans. Think about it. Faster speeds mean you consume content faster and at a higher quality. That 4K video looks amazing, but it's also torching your data allowance. You might think your 15 GB plan is plenty, but a few hours of HD streaming and a couple of big app updates can push you over the limit, triggering ridiculous overage fees. The carriers know this. Their solution? Upsell you to an unlimited plan. It sounds like freedom, but is it really? Most people don't actually need truly unlimited data. So you end up paying a premium every month for a massive data buffer you never touch. You're paying for the possibility of high usage, not your actual usage. Remember, a big chunk of that average $141 monthly bill is for data you might not even need. And we have to talk about fragility. Modern phones are gorgeous works of art made of glass and aluminum. They are also ridiculously delicate. One drop from waist height can lead to a spider-webbed screen. And the repairs? They aren't cheap. Replacing the screen on a new phone can easily cost you hundreds of dollars. This has created yet another industry, phone insurance. For another $10 to $20 a month, you can buy peace of mind. But let's do the math. At $15 a month, that's $180 a year. After 2 years, you've paid $360. And when you do crack your screen, you often still have to pay a deductible, which can be another $50 to $200. Many people end up paying more for the insurance than a single repair would have cost them. It's a gamble, and the house always has the edge. 5. The impulse engine in your pocket. So far, we've covered the direct costs. But the most powerful financial drain is the one that changes your behavior. Your smartphone has become the most effective impulse buying machine ever invented. Just think about it. It's with you 24/7. It knows what you like, what you look at, and maybe even what you talk about. Every social media app is now a storefront. Instagram isn't just for vacation photos, it's a personalized catalog with a Buy Now button. The whole TikTok made me buy it trend has driven billions in spontaneous purchases. This is not an accident. E-commerce platforms spend billions to remove every possible bit of friction between you seeing something and you buying it. Your card is saved. Your address is pre-filled. You can go from, "Ooh, that's cool," to "Your order is confirmed" in about 10 seconds. There's no time to think, no time to ask, "Wait, do I really need this?" This creates a dangerous loop. You feel a flicker of boredom, so you pull out your phone. You see a perfectly targeted ad. You click. You buy. You get a little dopamine hit in your brain, and a package shows up a few days later. The cost is just an abstract number on a screen. And it goes beyond just shopping. It's the food delivery apps that make spending $40 on dinner instead of cooking seem way too easy. It's the ride-sharing apps that replace a 15-minute walk. Each of these tiny decisions, made easy by your phone, adds up. An extra $50 here on an impulse buy, another $30 there on takeout. Over a month, that can be hundreds of dollars you never planned to spend. Your phone is the engine driving that silent financial bleed. 6. The shocking grand total. We've looked at all the individual leaks, the depreciation, the carrier plan, the subscriptions, the data, the repairs, and the impulse buys. Now it's time to add it all up and face the music. Let's create a profile for a pretty typical smartphone user over 3 years. First, the device. You buy a new phone for $200 and plan to keep it for 3 years. Let's be conservative and say it loses 75% of its value. That's a depreciation cost of $900 or $300 per year. Second, the service plan. You're on a standard unlimited plan, and your bill is right around the average of $141 a month. That comes out to $1,092 per year. Third, subscriptions and in-app purchases. This one is personal, but a few streaming services, cloud storage, and an occasional game purchase can easily hit $40 a month. That's another $480 per year. Fourth, accessories and insurance. You get a case, a screen protector, and pay for basic insurance. Let's average that out to a modest $15 a month, which is $180 per year. Fifth, the impulse engine. The unplanned Amazon buys, the food delivery, the digital goodies. Let's tack on a conservative estimate of $50 a month. That's $600 per year. So, what's the total? For 1 year, your total cost of ownership is $300 depreciation, plus $1,692 service, plus $480 subscriptions, plus $180 insurance, plus $600 impulse buys. The grand total for just 1 year is $3,252. Over the 3-year life of this one device, you will have spent $9,756. Let that number sink in for a second. Nearly $10,000 for one phone. It's not a one-time purchase. It's a massive, ongoing financial commitment humming along in the background of your life. And remember, these are conservative numbers. For people with family plans or more expensive habits, that figure could be way, way higher. That is the true cost of the phone in your pocket. In conclusion, how to stop the bleed and take back control. Okay, that $10,000 number can feel like a gut punch. But the point of this video isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. Once you can see the system, you can start to beat it. Here's your action plan to stop the bleed. First, and this is the big one, get off the upgrade treadmill. The single best thing you can do is simply keep your phone longer. Aim for 3, 4, even 5 years. A simple battery replacement can make an old phone feel brand new for a tiny fraction of the cost. And when it's finally time, buy a model that's a year or two old, or get a certified refurbished phone. You'll get 95% of the performance and save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Second, free yourself from carrier contracts. Buy your phone unlocked. This gives you the power. Then, take your unlocked phone to a budget carrier. They use the exact same cell towers and networks as the big guys for a fraction of the price. You can find amazing plans for $30 or $40 a month instead of $140. Third, do a ruthless subscription audit. Right now. Go through your bank and credit card statements and find every single recurring charge. Ask yourself 2 questions. Did I actually use this last month? And does it bring me real value? If the answer is no, cancel it immediately. No hesitation. You can always sign back up later if you miss it. I guarantee you'll find money you didn't know you were spending. Fourth, master your data. Go into your phone's settings and check your actual data usage. Are you paying for data you don't use? Probably. Switch to a smaller, cheaper plan that actually fits your life. Use Wi-Fi whenever you can and set video apps to a lower quality when you're on cellular data. Finally, disarm the impulse engine. This is all about changing your behavior. Intentionally add friction back into the buying process. Delete your saved credit card info from your web browser and apps. Make yourself get up and find your physical wallet. Move shopping apps off your home screen. And try this. Implement a 24-hour waiting period for any non-essential online purchase over $30. That little bit of delay is often all it takes for the impulse to fade and logic to kick in. Your smartphone is an incredible tool. But for so many of us, it's a tool that's being used against our financial health. By making these changes, you flip the script. You turn it from a financial drain back into what it was supposed to be all along, just a phone. You take back control of your money and your attention. Now, I want to hear from you. After hearing all this, what do you think is the biggest or most surprising hidden cost of your own phone? Drop it in the comments below. Your story might just be the wake-up call that someone else needs. And if this video opened your eyes and gave you a plan to save some serious money, please give it a like and subscribe for more content to help you master your money. Thanks for watching.